Welcome back to Pisces TV with Dr. NB. Damn, I said doctor. I haven't said that in a while. This is a reading for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Venus rising, wherever Pisces may fall in your chart or in your environment. Keep in mind, tarot is entertainment. It may or may not resonate with everyone, and if it doesn't, check out some other videos, some other aspect of your chart, okay? Now, as we get started, there is a lot of information below in the description box. Oh, we might be talking about love, okay? So if you're interested in readings, all of the courses, content, products, and services, there's a link to my online store, email address, website, how to follow me online, and a link to Patreon on the other side if you'd like to join us. And then here on YouTube, the community board, my favorite place to hang out. Check it out. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to not miss anything, be it coupon codes, daily specials, or just motivation. Hit all notifications once you subscribe and hit the notification bell. Now look, as we get started, at the bottom of the deck, we have karmic relationships, soul growth, possible conflicts. Got that. That's something else. Gifts, soul training. It's time to step it up for some of you, somebody out there concerned about your calling, your gift. Maybe you're being called to do something. And then we have activated the 7-star sister. Okay, birth and creation. I like that. So this tells me a little bit about what we could be discussing today, Pisces, in this particular reading. So first and for the most part, okay, we're going to take our time here, honey. So let's put these here. Okay. So karmic relationships, Orion energy, polarity, and soul growth. Let me get the book. That's kind of juicy. Karmic relationships. The constellation Orion is thought by many to have been a place of great polarity and eventually unity. Some believe that many starseeds who were part of this cosmic history are incarnate on Earth now and playing out karmic relationships from Orion times. Okay? Perhaps you are one of them for this card to come up. Polarity causes conflict and highlights separation. However, because of this, conflict can also result in unity and growth. Too many misunderstandings caused when we don't open our heart and mind and see things from a different point of view. When we go into reactive second-guessing mode, instead of gathering the courage to open our heart, we should admit that we may have reacted because of our own woundings. Okay? We should admit that we may have reacted because of our own woundings. Okay? And then find mutual ground. We're all innocent children looking to be seen, understood, and cherished. It's much harder to grow closer through conflict than it is to grow further apart. And yet, that's the invitation of conflict. It's easy to react and take things personally. It's more challenging to see the innocence of all involved and find a way to grow closer through the conflict. It's through relationships that we grow the most. How can you soften your heart and drop your defenses enough to see things from a different point of view? How can you see the innocence of all involved? How can you learn to see the similarities rather than the differences? So this is something you may ask yourself, or someone in your environment could be asking themselves. Which relationship do you find the most challenging? How can you see things from a different perspective? How are you being called to allow growth through this conflict? Pisces, that was deep. That sounds very much so in tune. If you hadn't watched the Daily Vibe already, I would suggest to check that out, because it did talk about conflict. And we have been talking about closure or wounds reopening. So just be mindful of that as we talk about these karmic relationships. Now, for some of you, that is the current energy. However, the challenging aspect is called soul gifts and training. It's time to step it up. So this is the challenge that some of us may be asked to, look at. But called from the guidebook And I just saw baby steps. That's cute. Let's see what we got for called. You came to earth with a double mission: to grow as a soul and to bring about a shift in consciousness. The best way to fulfill these personal and collective purposes is to trust what it is that your soul is calling you toward, okay? For it's encoded within the most direct path forward. Your soul has many unique gifts that it came here to share. Some you may already be aware of, others you're just beginning to uncover. You're being called to remember that your soul intelligently chose the perfect conditions to carry out your soul's mission and share your soul's gifts. If you're being called toward a creative project, a passion, or an adventure, this card is your confirmation that you're facing the right way and that this moment right here is destined. If you're feeling underprepared or thinking, who am I to do that? This card is guiding you to step up and leap. And consider perhaps that your soul has been training for this moment right here for lifetimes, okay? So call forth those soul gifts and soul training that some may have received, okay? You may have received them. You're wondering if you got them, you got them. Now, as the advice, possible outcome, we have activated earth, okay? What looks like the Ten of Pentacles to me, it says power places, ley lines, trust where you're led, guys. That's kind of cool. So let's see what we have here for activated earth. All right, we got karmic relationships and called and activated earth. Ley lines are invisible pathways on the land along which energy travels. They can be sensed when we tune into them with our subtle senses, also known as spirit paths. They've been compared to the meridian system of the body used in Chinese medicine. See, I was getting the Ten of Pentacles vibe, and that's a health card for me. And they link to sacred sites, stone circles, burial mounds, and places of worship worldwide. In Australian, Aboriginal culture, song lines were the paths traveled by the creator beings, as they made the land and sea during the dreaming. These paths were recorded in the traditional songs and dances of the people, allowing them to access information about the land's history and to travel safely across great distances. Many believe that as we visit such sacred points on earth, something is activated within us. Some also believe that by connecting with the land with devotion and these sacred places, something is activated within the planet too. Are you being called to travel to a sacred place that your soul remembers? Oh my gosh. So here we have karmic relationships. And it's like we came to earth. Oh shit. Ooh, ain't that juicy? Like imagine coming to earth, right? With either your focus on or your soul's mission has something to do with another, right? And then you get here and realize that there's a dual mission. Or once you figure one thing out, there's a door opening to another thing, and that other thing has something to do with earth still, because you're here, and an activation of some sort, because it says that, you're being called to travel to sacred places that your soul remembers. So it's like you're going through like the Mission Impossible. That's kind of cool. Okay. Or to tend to the land you live on, to honor and acknowledge the known and unknown keepers or nature spirits of the land. As you connect with the earth and honor its keepers, the land opens up more fully to hold you. The fruits provide more nourishment and the guardians watch over you. So that's kind of cool, okay? Because it's like, for some of you, it's kind of like you came for this mission, that led to something else, and then that something else leads here. Like, look at that. That is so cool. It's like you return to find someone or something. That sounds like some true love shit. But for a karmic relationship, I don't know. It sounds so And Romeo and Juliet was not that romantic if everybody died and was beefing. But that is known for one of the like most romantic love stories ever that ended in murder and suicide and hate and separation. But if I don't look at karmic relationships, if I just look at the pictures and not the words, that is so deep, you know, to travel lifetimes and earths and galaxies and, you know, you coming, that's deep. Like, if my soul remembers something or someone and goes to search for it and then gets there, you know, and just imagine that either turns out exactly how it should have or nothing like you thought, and then in the midst of that, you know, you change, because it looks like two shadows here, right? So it's kind of like you change, and she has this beautiful garment on, you know, free flowing, and it's like, okay, well, I came for this one thing. That shit was some bullshit. And then here's this door of opportunity that you are totally dressed for and prepared for. And it leads to this beautiful Ten of Pentacles. Okay? So I don't care if it's health profession. I don't care if it's that occult anatomy, kundalini energy. I don't care if it's just a more pleasant living experience because you've connected with the earth itself and the guardians of it. And it's like, we love you and watch out for you and protect you in this underworld that you came back to looking for some shit that you ain't had no business dealing with. I don't know. I kind of feel that for some of you because it's like this karmic relationship. Because conflict was there, but soul growth is there too. It's kind of cool. But it doesn't just strike me as a bed of roses, okay? However, it cleans up and becomes more of like an energy that I do find to be beautiful. So some of you may even be with this Nine of Pentacles, either coming into some cash, because I do see that activated earth as 10 Pentacles, but I also see that there may be something that needed to be let go of or something that you're being released from. Okay, kind of dope, Pisces. That is what I got. Leave me comments. Tell me what you took from this and what you think your dual mission is. Okay, until next time, guys. Namaste.